March 7 and 8, 2009, women from all over the world flew into Liberia for their participation in the International Colloquium for Women's Empowerment, Leadership Development, International Peace and Security. The event coincided with the International Day of Women, celebrated every year on March 8th. The event was co-convened by President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia and President Tarja Halonen of Finland.
It is a clear recognition of how far Liberia has come in its quest for peace and development. And the women of this world, recognizing that Liberia today is led by a woman, have come together to say that they are in solidarity with the Liberian people and its leaders.
This country has gone through a devastating war not so long time ago, and now the people is on her way towards security and prosperity. It is important that you all continue to that direction with the determination. Both women and men are needed to build a harmonious and solid society which is based on democracy, respect for human rights, and the rule of law.
Over 400 international participants attended, together with over 400 national participants from all over Liberia.
The colloquium was conceived during the inauguration of President Johnson Sirleaf in January 2006. During that period, there was a day that was set aside for women of the world to congratulate her. We had over 100 women at Crystal Ocean View Hotel, and we put that theory before them and said, look, this is the problem. There's a need to have some structure. There's a need to bring in something to give these youth something, to also do the mentorship and to open doors. We have to do that for the women. The president is, we now have the first female elected president in Africa. There has to be a legacy here. There's something we have to leave behind other than that she's the first female president. Here's the problem, and let's see what we can do. And it was from that meeting of all these women coming together that the colloquium was born.
It challenges us as Liberians to continue to work for a better future, to continue on this path of economic reconstruction and national renewal, to continue to fight and to meet those challenges that are so awesome in our processes of change.
Excellencies, distinguished friends and colleagues, our initial challenge was to repeal laws that discriminated against women and to pay particular attention to such prejudices during the national consultations that led to the adoption of the new Rwandan Constitution in the year 2003. Breaking with the past, we changed our matrimonial and succession law in 1999 to give women and girls property rights, including the rights to inherit land from their parents.
Over the years, women have shown a great deal of inequality in many spheres of life. The delegation which has accompanied me and I are therefore impressed about this opportunity to reinforce the capacity of women in diverse areas so as to attain peace and security. It is therefore commendable that through this event, we can formulate and implement appropriate strategies for women's equality as this leads to the development of countries.
There's an old saying which says that men make business and women make men.
Hence, men should be focusing on changing women's image by all means on all matters. The African women should not stand with their hands folded. They should always make decisions.
The conference's main focus was on issues pertaining to women's empowerment and leadership for peace and security, with a special focus on lessons learned in post-conflict countries, with Liberia being a country with an extraordinary experience of women peace builders in leading positions throughout the society.
It is critical that we join together to accelerate efforts to achieve gender equality and women's rights. This is the time for us to garner the experience that will enable women to increase their economic opportunities with the help of other women. An essential part of what is needed is increasing the number of women in decision-making positions.
We have to move from business as usual to business for empowerment. A lot of the time, most of our women, we are scared, sort of. We don't want to do or take the risk, and we know what is happening. We know that progress always involves taking risks and making sacrifices. You cannot get there if you don't expose yourself to the risk. Those who take the risk always get the reward.
Let's remember that we committed that this colloquium is going to make a difference, that in each of the theme areas we need to ensure that we have very robust, clear, strong recommendations, strategies, and most of all, that solidarity, that spirit that has been flowing through the discussions.
The colloquium consultations with national stakeholders in Liberia also revealed that the main priority for the Liberian women is the creation of economic livelihoods through skills and capacity.
Trade is an essential component to the eradication of poverty. I think this morning into the afternoon, that fact has been acknowledged. And I somewhat liked what was said later this afternoon. It's not the numbers, nor is it the targeted interventions that will make a difference for us, but rather that we have an effective and sustainable participation of women in all processes.
Our women need to understand the banker's perspective. If you understand the banker's perspective, you can get a lot more financing. The women need to demonstrate that they have a deep knowledge of the product of their business, and they need to demonstrate that they have a passion and an experience to run the business. The women must keep their books. It's very important that you keep good books. And we must remain focused, we must remain committed, and we must remain integral.
This event gave Liberian women a unique opportunity to interact with women leaders from the African region and beyond. It also gave the Liberian women an opportunity to creating an environment for women and their champions from around the world to discuss, learn, demonstrate, and act on the benefits and lessons learned from women in leadership.
We need to do things differently. We need to empower women to succeed in business and trade. From the Economic Empowerment Group, the key issues that were identified were that women needed to have access to resources and opportunities necessary to succeed in the marketplace, and that for them to do this, they needed to have the institutional support and infrastructure provided.
It will provide an opportunity for the continuing networking among women organizations, among the governments in their plans, and we know that the results will be that we hope the goals set for women and for their enhancement in the role of society, for taking a larger share in decision-making and leadership role throughout all aspects, will be met as a result of our monitoring and continuing to work after this colloquium.
I hope so that we will see also the importance of the women in all sectors of the society and the possibility for leadership and responsibility at all levels of the society.
The colloquium also sought to realize the aims of the UN Security Resolution 1325 on women, peace and security, to ensure that women are protected from the worst abuses in times of conflict, and empowers them to play their rightful and vital role in helping their countries prevent and recover from conflict.
In the light of the